you don't have to quit your job to build a successful YouTube channel. Yes, you heard that right. You can build and scale a faceless YouTube channel that makes over $10,000 a month even while working your 9 to 5. And in this video, I'm going to give you a clear step-by-step blueprint to do exactly that. A lot of people online will tell you to quit your job, chase your passion, but the truth is that that's not realistic for the most of us. Leaving a stable income is scary, it's risky, especially if you have bills to pay or if you have a family to support. But does that mean that you can't do anything else and you have to sell your soul to your 9 to 5? Absolutely not. In fact, you can use the time that you already have, which is your evenings and your weekends, to slowly build a faceless channel that brings in serious income month after month. And once that income starts matching your salary, you can choose to leave your job or not. That's up to you. And the best part is that to do this, to create this faceless YouTube channel, you don't need a team, you don't need fancy equipment, you don't even need to show your face. So go ahead, grab a pen and paper because you do not want to miss this. And let's get into the first step, which is setting realistic expectations. You have to understand that doing this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Your YouTube channel is like a real business. And just like any business, it demands serious time, energy, and consistency, especially in the beginning. Most importantly, you have to be patient because real results do not happen overnight, no matter what anybody else tells you. So basically what you need to do is carve out a few focused hours every day for intentional work after you're done with your 9 to 5. And no, you cannot just outsource everything to AI. You need to learn the process yourself first. You can use AI and I'll even show you how, but think of it as a helping hand, not the whole engine. Now the next question that is coming in your mind, I know, is how much time do you actually need to put in? A few hours is a vague idea. So I'm going to give you a few estimates and then you can decide how much time you have and accordingly how much time you want to put into your YouTube channel. So if you are making educational, like the style of content, which is how-to content, which a lot of people do, then a single high-quality video, which is 10 to 15 minutes in length, will take you about 5 to 8 hours to make. If you are doing more documentary style content, or if that is something that you want to do, something like Magnets Media does, it will take you about 15 to 20 hours to produce one video. And if you're doing even simpler versions of this style of content that we're making, you can probably get done in 5 to 6 hours. So if you aim to upload one video every single week where you're putting in about 5 to 8 hours per video, you are looking at 20 to 30 hours a month. And that brings us to another common question. Where do I find that time after my job? I'm giving you a few strategies that you can actually use based on what your schedule at your job is like. The first is the weekday warrior, where you basically dedicate 1 hour or 1.5 hours after work every single day. You commit to that 1 hour work in the evening and that is it. Just 1 hour of focused work 7 days a week, and that's 7 hours in the week. If you're doing the simplest form of faceless video creation, this is actually a great approach to take as well. The second is the weekend hustler. So if your weekdays are packed, you can go all in on Saturdays and Sundays and dedicate about 4 to 5 hours each day, and that gives you about 8 to 10 hours to work on your side quest, which is this faceless YouTube channel. And if you want more of a hybrid model, you can take out a few hours during the week and you also have a few hours to dedicate during the weekend. You can use the split strategy where you do like 3 weekday evenings of 1 hour each plus 1 weekend block of 2.5 hours on a Saturday, 3 hours on a Sunday, and that gives you a huge chunk of time to be actually working on this faceless YouTube channel. So you have to go ahead and figure out which of these three parameters, strategies fits your life the best. There is no perfect formula. What matters is that you show up week after week. You just have to keep in mind that depending on the time that you're giving to your YouTube channel, so let's say that it takes you about 8 hours to produce one video and you're able to only give 8 hours in 1 week, it means you will only be able to produce one video in a week. That might hamper consistency in the beginning, but that's absolutely all right. You can also publish once every 2 weeks, right? The aim of doing this right now is to figure out how much time you can actually dedicate to this side quest right now. Start building on it, and as you start growing and your process starts becoming more efficient, you'll actually need less and less time to produce each video, which is when you will start to become more and more consistent. Now that you know how to figure out a schedule, let's move to step 2, which is finding your niche. This is the second step, and this is one of the most important steps in your YouTube journey. And the easiest ways to do this is to figure out what your USP is, what your unique selling point is. And this is actually a lot easier than most people think. Just ask yourself these 2 simple questions. First, what makes you different? This could be a skill you've mastered, your job experience, your sense of humor, how clearly you explain things, your storytelling style, or even how strong your editing is. On this channel, for example, I help faceless creators grow their YouTube channels using what I've learned from the last 5 years of making videos. On my self-help channel, I use my education in psychology, my experience in life to help people improve their life. The second question you need to ask is, why should people care about what I am making? Are you solving a real problem? Are you giving people a fresh perspective? Are you entertaining them? Are you offering insights that nobody else is talking about in your industry? Or maybe you are just presenting familiar topics in a way that feels fresh and engaging. Realistically, you should be able to sum up your unique selling point in one single line. I help a specific audience achieve specific results through this specific method. For example, I help people in their early 20s overcome procrastination, laziness, self-doubt, and help them achieve their goals and desires using science-backed strategy. It can get even simpler than this, but I wanted to encompass everything. Now, once you're clear on your USP, your niche will naturally reveal itself. And once you've nailed that, you are ready for step 3, which is finding ways to make money beyond AdSense. Now, the reason that I'm talking about this first, even before we talk about creating videos, is because for any channel to be successful, it has to have a way to make money, right? If you look at the biggest YouTubers on the planet, the reason that they're successful is because making money is built into their YouTube strategy. If you don't do that from the get-go, you are very quickly going to burn out. You are going to quickly lose interest because you're not getting the return on the investment of time you are making on this channel. And as you already know, that once you start making money through YouTube, you're basically making money through AdSense, where you earn money through the ads that are run on your channel and the commissions that you make from that. But in most cases, and especially for beginners, that money is actually not enough to sustain you over the long term, especially in the beginning. So the reason that you need to focus on a stream of revenue while you're building your channel is so that, one, you don't burn out trying to earn money from AdSense very, very quickly. That can be a very tedious process. Sometimes it can take time as well. And second, so that you don't get demotivated to create content and you are actually able to stay consistent. If you want to hit an income goal from your YouTube, let's say $10,000 a month, and you want to do this without burning out and without losing motivation, you have to go beyond AdSense, because making $10,000 from AdSense alone will require millions of views. It will require substantially more effort than you might have time to put, especially alongside a 9-to-5, right? So while you are still going to optimize your videos for AdSense, because that is a substantial revenue stream, you don't want to lose out on it, you also need to focus on one more income stream that is easier to control and easy to scale even as a small channel. From my journey and from studying hundreds of other creators, I found that one method that really works very, very well is selling digital product. It is hands down one of the best ways to make money online. You only have to create the product once, and if you want to do drops multiple times, so like once, twice a year maybe, and then you can sell it over and over again with zero shipping, with a zero inventory cost, with zero effort again, and it continues to make you money on autopilot, money that you can actually use to fund your YouTube channel. The key here is to create digital products that fit naturally with your niche. Let me give you a few quick examples. So if you're in the self-help space, you can sell a printable goal planner, a gratitude journal, or a self-reflection journal, an ebook on beating procrastination. I have created so many ebooks as a part of my personal brands. I've created them on Instagram strategy, on 30-day goal setting challenges, on reaching your goals in the next week or so, and so many things like that, and they always work. If you're into graphic design, you can sell fonts, logos, customizable templates. If you're a video editor, you can sell LUTs, you can sell transitions, overlays. If you're in finance, you can sell a budget tracker, you can sell a personal budget planning ebook. There are so many options. What is important is that it connects back to the content that you are creating or you're planning to create. Your product should feel like a natural extension for the viewers who are watching your content. And if you're unsure about what to sell, start by studying what other creators in your niche are offering. If something is selling well for them, that means that there is demand for that particular thing, and you can create your own unique version to serve the same audience. Another smart approach is to check the top performing videos in your niche and read the comments. If people keep asking the same questions again and again, you can create a product that gives them answers to these questions and make money in the process. You can also browse platforms like Reddit or Quora to find common struggles that people face in your niche. Once you've picked an idea, you can use tools like ChatGPT to write it and Canva to design it. Just don't let AI do everything. Add in your personal experience, edit that story with your own personal anecdotes, what worked for you, what didn't, what mistakes you made. That is what makes your product feel real and valuable. And as for the pricing of your product, I would recommend seeing what other people are charging. In most niches for beginners, $10 to $30 is quite a sweet spot. Even if you start at $10 and you have 100 people buying it, that's $1,000 already. And to sell this product, this digital product, you can actually go ahead and use a platform like Gumroad, which is very, very popular, very beginner friendly. I've actually made a whole detailed video on how to start doing this, so make sure you go check it out next after you're done watching this. Now, once your product is ready, it is time to start promoting that product product through your videos or actually promoting it in your videos alongside what other organic content that you're creating. But before we move to step 4, let me quickly show you what realistic progress can look like in your first 90 days. Because if you don't break this down into small achievable steps, it is easy to feel overwhelmed, and that is when most people quit. So month 1 is when you set up your channel, you lock in your niche and your USP, and you publish your first 4 videos. This is your learning phase. Just focus on getting comfortable with the process and finding your rhythm. Month 2, which is the next 30 days, you take what you've learned, you improve your content, you publish 4 more videos, and this is also a good time to start working on a simple digital product, something that is useful, that ties into your niche, and as I said before, it does not have to be fancy, just valuable. And then moving to month 3, this is where you launch your product, you start mentioning it in your videos, you aim for your first $100. Don't worry, in the next step, I'm going to show you exactly how to do this, so keep watching, and trust me, that first $100 is actually quite a big deal. It proves that people see real value in what you are offering. Most importantly, this can actually make you money. Once that happens, scaling becomes a matter of repeating what is already working. Now with that, let's move on to step number 4, which is creating the videos that drive revenue, both ad revenue and revenue from your digital products. Now, if you want to grow fast and if you want to make serious money, you need to create videos that get you a substantial number of views, because more views means 2 things, right? 1, more AdSense revenue, but even more importantly, more views bring more people to your digital product. So the first step here is to find video ideas that are guaranteed to get you views. For this, we will use a method that top YouTubers use, even I use all the time. It's called reverse engineering. It is simple. Instead of guessing what might work, you study what is already working in your niche, you find the top performing videos, you understand why they're getting views, and then you create your own version of those videos with a unique spin. We've broken the entire thing about reverse engineering in this video. Make sure you go check it out next. So basically, using the reverse engineering method, you want to find at least 4 solid video ideas that gives you 1 video per week for the next month. And once that is selected, it is time to move on to making your titles and your thumbnails, things that actually get you clicked. From our own experience, every time we locked in the title and the thumbnail before writing the script, the video performed a lot better. Why? Because your title and your thumbnail set the expectation, and your script is simply delivering on that promise. So if you don't know what promise you're making, how can you write something that fulfills that promise, right? So to create titles and thumbnails that actually make people click, you want to either tell viewers exactly what they'll get by watching the video, or you want to spark enough curiosity in them to make them stop scrolling and click on that video. So titles like these that you see here directly tell the viewers what they will get by watching the video, while titles like these make them curious. As soon as you read the title, a question automatically pops into your head. What's the hack? And you want to find that out. You want to click on that video and figure it out. That is the power of curiosity. Another example could be this. You read that and instantly wonder, what niche is this? How lazy can it really be? And how is it still making $3,000 a month? That curiosity pulls you in, and that's the power of a good title. Now, when it comes to your thumbnails, they should make viewers feel the emotion that you want to convey in the video. So look at this packaging. The title says, make $10,000 a month on YouTube just by working weekends. And it speaks directly to working professionals with packed schedules who want to build a channel without quitting their day job. They are looking for something low effort but high reward. Now, to bring that emotion to life, I created a thumbnail of me lying on a pillow, completely relaxed, and the text says, lazy, faceless, $10,000. At a glance, viewers understand that they can earn good money on YouTube without grinding every single day. And because it makes people feel something, they click on it. If you want to get into the nitty-gritty of making thumbnails that truly get clicks, I highly recommend watching this video where we have done a detailed breakdown of thumbnails and titles. Once those are decided, you are then going to go down to writing your compelling scripts that hook viewers till the very end. The first 30 to 90 seconds of your videos are everything. That is when viewers decide whether they want to stick around or they want to click away. I don't want to stretch this video, so if you want to learn how to craft hook that grabs attention and keeps viewers watching, you have to check out this video that we made on scripting and writing amazing hooks. Now, once your hook is in place, the rest of your script should do one thing: deliver as much value as possible, clearly and quickly. And to do that, we again go back to our favorite method of reverse engineering. Search for your video topic on YouTube, study the top 10 videos that are there on that topic, top 10 videos by views. Look for points that they all mention. If multiple creators are saying the same thing, that means that it is important and you should probably cover it too. But do not just stop there. To make your video stand out, you have to go to the comment section, see what questions people are asking, what confusions do they have, what do they wish the video covered. Use that feedback to add depth to your script. And wherever possible, share your own experience or story to explain a point. It makes your video feel more real and helps build a connection with the viewer. For example, if you're making a video on how to have a magnetic personality, you might say, back in college, I was always the quiet guy in the room. But once I started doing this one simple thing, everything changed. Then you dive into your point. Also, to avoid viewer drop-off, try teasing the next point before you finish the current one. So, continuing the same example, you could say that one shift made people talk to me, but the real breakthrough came when I learned this next trick. This creates a curiosity loop for the audience, and that helps you reduce drop-offs. When you combine all of these elements, you end up with a script that is not only informative, but genuinely compelling. Now let's understand how you can guide viewers towards your digital product without being pushy. The simplest way is to start by adding your Gumroad product link in two key places, the video description and your pinned comment. That way, it is easy for people to find it. But just adding the link is not enough. You also need to have call to actions, which is basically where you are urging your viewers to go ahead and check out this product that you've already created. You have to do this once in the beginning, once in the middle somewhere, and once towards the end, so that people have it at different points. They have the reminder at different points, and if somebody is watching till the end, they're actually compelled to click on that product and figure out what it is. And on top of that, if your script or the video that you're making directly links to the product that you've created, you can actually take 20 to 30 seconds to naturally mention your product right when it's most relevant to the topic that you're discussing. For example, if you've created a weekly productivity planner for people with ADHD and you are making a video on how to deal with ADHD, you can say something like, by the way, if you struggle with staying focused, I made a simple ADHD-friendly planner that breaks your week into small, manageable tasks in just 5 minutes. It is the exact planner that I use, and you can grab it using the link below. Now that your script is ready, and that's it, and you will start seeing conversions very, very organically. Now, once your script is ready, it is time to move on to the fun part, which is creating the actual video. Here, instead of spending hours recording voiceovers and finding visuals and editing everything manually, you can actually save time by using AI. Because let's be honest, if you're working a 9 to 5, you probably do not have the time to sit and edit 30-minute videos. But now, thanks to how far AI has come in the last 2-3 years, you actually don't need to spend so much time and actually producing your videos. An AI tool can handle 80% of the video creation process. The one I recommend and the one that I personally use is InVideo AI, obviously. You just need to sign up, and it is super, super simple to use. You only need to create an account or sign up, and you are met immediately with a prompt box where you can tell the AI the exact video you have in mind. You can feed it your script. You can actually also record your voiceover once on the tool and have it clone it, so that every video you make using InVideo AI uses your own voice to do it. You have the option to generate AI footage. You can also use stock footage. You have the option to have the music of your choice within it. You have the option to generate new clips that go with your script. You have the option to turn your script into a compelling video. You can make edits without ever touching a timeline just by using a prompt box. It is very, very simple, very, very intuitive to use. We have a complete tutorial in this video if you want to check it out. Within minutes, you can actually generate a video that looks like this. How great is that? Honestly, this is also just the beginning, because InVideo AI has a ton of features that make faceless content creation insanely easy. Like I said, if you want to learn all of that, click on this video. Now, once your video is ready, you naturally need to upload it to your YouTube channel. Like I mentioned earlier, if you aim to post about 1 video a week, and that is 4 videos in a month, that's a very, very good cadence to begin with. If you're not able to do that, if time does not allow, you can also stick to 2 or 3 videos in a month and then scale up from there once your process becomes more efficient. Repeat everything that you've learned so far for every single video, and you will start seeing a clear rise in views and subscribers and in the money that you make. Now, if you want to grow even faster, there is one more step that you cannot afford to skip, and that is optimizing your content based on real world data. Once you've uploaded around 12 videos, which will happen in around 3 months, you want to go ahead, look at your analytics and focus on these 3 metrics. The first is impressions. This is how many times YouTube is actually showing your video to potential viewers. The more impressions you get, the faster your channel grows. Now, you cannot directly control impressions, but it is a good measure to understand whether a topic is resonating with the wider audience or not, which means that if you want more impressions, your video ideas need to be massy. So if you're not getting a ton of impressions, that tells you that there's problem at the ideation stage, and you also need to figure out how to have better ideas that resonate with a larger group of people naturally. Now, if you look at these examples, topic A here will naturally get more impressions and more views because it appeals to a broader audience. Even if somebody is not into faceless YouTube channels, they still might click because the idea is interesting. Topic A brings you more views, while topic B brings you more loyal viewers, the kind of people who are more likely to subscribe, stick around, and even buy your digital product. So if you want to create content that generates views and constant revenue, you ideally want a healthy mix of both types of ideas. Use broad topics to grow fast and niche topics to build trust and the sales. The second important metric is click-through rate. This tells you how many people actually clicked on your video after seeing the title and the thumbnail. A high CTR basically means that your packaging, which is your title and thumbnail, is working. So look through your past videos and find the ones with the highest CTRs or the click-through rates. Then ask yourself, why did this get more clicks? Was it a specific word in the title that grabbed attention? Perhaps a particular image on the thumbnail stood out, or maybe even the colors that you used. You need to learn how to understand the patterns that are working and then reuse those elements in the future videos that you are making. And the third metric that you need to focus on is your AVD, or average view duration. This tells you how long people are actually watching your video for. The longer they watch, the more YouTube pushes your content out to other people, and the more money you stand to make from ads. YouTube gives you a retention graph that shows exactly where people drop off. That graph is pure gold. Maybe you rambled too long, used a confusing phrase, or the visuals did not hold enough attention. Whatever the reason, you will see it clearly, and that tells you exactly what needs to improve next time. Now, here's a pro tip that most creators don't use. Use both CTR and AVD to find your best performing topic. Go through your past videos, look at the ones with the highest CTR and strong retention. These are your golden topics. Your audience already loves them. Probably a larger audience is going to love them too. So don't guess what to post next, just double down on these. Make sequels to these videos, cover the same topic from a different angle, or cover similar problems. It's not about reinventing the wheel. It is about doing more of what already worked. And this does not take hours. You can set aside just 30 minutes every single month to ideate and figure out what is working, what's not. And that is all it takes to stay on track and make smarter content decisions that reduce the amount of time that you actually have to spend on creating this content. And that is it. Those are the steps that you need to take to actually create and scale a faceless YouTube channel while working your full-time job. Go ahead and watch this video again. Take notes if you need to. I know it's a lot to absorb, but if you're serious about making this work, you need to understand that each step is very, very important. You need to execute it properly to be able to align your goals and your creation process. Missing even one piece can actually slow you down. And whatever you do not skip this next video on reverse engineering, because this one method alone can cut your research time, your content creation time, and help you find video ideas that are already proven to work. Go ahead, check it out, and I'm going to see you guys very, very soon in the next one. Bye.